everyone, and I hope you're doing well. Yes, I still have it. We reached Duelist level 20 using a list that I've cooked up, not only in the TCG but Master Duel as well, which is Going Second Kashtira. Now, in Master Duel, I can see why you probably want to go first a lot more than in the TCG, since you have a Rise Heart, but I still think this Going Second build works spectacularly well. And honestly, let me just show off the deck list and let's hop into some games and show you what it looks like in action. So this is my deck list. I will say there is a lot of flex spots in here that you can fiddle with, mainly the hand trap space. And yeah, so this is what I've chosen at the moment, but you can modify it how you like. So we have, first off, going by the card by card, we have the Master Duel Tax, we have the 3 Maxi and the 3 Ash. We have 2 Ghost Bell of the Haunted Mansion. This was at 3, it can be run at 3. It's really good against Snake Eyes, and also lets you go into your Barone, similar to what Ash does, so that's a really good one. Another really good one is Ghost Mourner, but I ended up taking it out. Feels a lot more powerful in the TCG at the moment. We have 3 Rise Heart. Just consistency of the engine. 2 D-Shifter, this is your winning card this format. If you're playing any deck that can run D-Shifter, run it. 1 Fenrir, because it's limited here. We got 3 Unicorn. Now this is filmed before the new ban list. It has been announced. So it will go to 2. Unicorn will go to 2, and then Birth will go to 2. So we'll just end up swapping those around anyway. I think Birth is more powerful in general. We have Scarecrow Kashtira, which is just another extender and a good negate. 3 Lava Golem, which is really what turns this into the Going Second build. Because you don't really need your normal summon in Kashtira. Maybe occasionally if you brick, but you don't need the normal summon. You can just tribute the Lava Golem and then a special Unicorn or your Fenrir and then pop off from there. And of course we have 1 Nibiru, mainly for cross out, but it does come up. Now we have a bunch of spells for Triple Tactic Thrust. We have Raigeki, Harpies, Gold Sark, which you can do some fun plays with in this deck. Lightning Storm, Triple Tactics Talent, all these are pretty standard. Prosp, yeah, again, you just need to run it. We have 2 Theosis, sorry. I end up cutting the 3rd one because you can search it with Thrust. And whilst it is a good banish target, you end up only using 1 or 2 per game anyway, so that's fine. 1 of the Pressured Planet Racesoft, of course 3 Thrust. 1 Birth, which will go to 2 once the new ban list comes out. We have a Called by the Grave. We wanted to run 2, but we just don't have enough room, honestly. We got a Cross Out, mainly so if we draw Cross Out, we can play into Nib and not care about it. Evenly matched for Thrust, Imperm for Thrust, Big Bang for Thrust. But the other reason we're running 1 copy of Imperm, because it's not that impactful, is a Cross Out. And same with a lot of these other cards. If we don't see them or we're forced to go first, we just set Cross Out and we're pretty much protected against anything. It's also the reason we don't run a Pot of Desires, because we run so many one-offs, we can't afford to banish them if we want to play our deck to our best capacity. So let's go to the extra deck here. I almost said the side deck, too used to playing the TCG at the moment. So we've got a couple of targets for Prosp to go onto our Rise Heart. We have Entity Natis to pop 1 if a Rise Heart goes, Garura to draw 1, Goliath to protect it from card effects. So those are our Prosp targets. We have 1 copy of Barone. This is for if you have a really bad hand or a really good hand, which is a weird way to say it, but if you get like impermed on the Unicorn and you have an Ash or a Ghost Spell, you can summon it and get the Barone out. But also if you have a lot of extenders in your hand, you can get the Barone out early and play around Nibiru. It's very, very rare that happens, but it's good to note. We have 1 Big Eye. This card is clutch. You need this. It's just pretty much mandatory. Titanic Moth. I've seen people not running this, but I think it's one of the best XYZs in the deck. It allows you to pretty much just attack directly, which gives you a free Zeus, attacking over pretty much everything on their board. We have Dark Armed, Dragon of Annihilation. This is like your Nibiru token out, and that's pretty much it. Maybe some annoying back row you can get with this as well. But it's a good way to out Nibiru. And also, it banishes a card. So you can banish the Theosis, you can banish a lot to kind of get your engine going. We do run number 79, Harmonizer Gradiel. This is quite a spicy one in Master Duel. I don't think many people have picked up on it yet. But in the TCG, this is used to great effect against a lot of decks, including Snake Eyes, majority Snake Eyes. Because you have, essentially the effect is, it can't be destroyed by the activated effects of your opponent's monsters with the same attribute, and this monster gains the attribute of every material on it. So if you have a fire material, can't be destroyed by like fire monsters, etc, etc, etc. And the extra effect is you can target a monster in your opponent's graveyard and attach it to it. So it's a really nice piece of interruption. It's practically a called by the grave, but slightly less efficient. But yeah, like it's another interruption that's specifically for Snake Eyes. It's a going first card mainly, but it helps. Of course, we have 2 Shangri-La, never really need to go into the third. A Rise Heart, we have 3 mainly for mirror matches. We have the Zeus, obviously, and we've been over the Goliath. We have Donna Kebab. We have Donna Kebab here for if they summon Baguska, or if we steal a monster off like triple tax, and we have to get rid of it somehow. That's just there. So don't banish that if you're going to steal. That's all I'm saying. I've done that too many times with Prosp. So that's it for the deck list. As I say, there is a few flex spots. The ghost spells, probably all these solo like one-offs can be modified for whatever you want. So yeah, it's a very adjustable deck. I've changed it quite a few times, but this is the list I've come to kind of love at the moment. So let me show you some replays and show you how it gets on against some of the meta threats. So going into game 1, we're going second, which is ideal for us with this deck. Not usually with Cash, but that's how we roll. We've got Nibiru, which is good. He's gone into Effect Veiler into Almirage. Not a great hand from him. He's going to go into Parallel Exceed, summoning the other Exceed, using those 2 Exceeds into Alan Version. Looks like we're playing against Mathmech here. He will use the effect to add a Mathmech Circular to hand, no big surprise. He's going to use the Circular effect to send Nabla to grave and special summon Circular. Alan Burst's effect will activate to tribute and special the Nabla. We're going to go for the Nibiru in chain of the Circular here, just to stop any other interruptions coming out. He's going to max seed the Nibiru here, which is a bit of a pain, but oh well, it should end their turn depending on what cards are left in their hand. And I mean, he's got a lot now. He's back to 5 cards. He got the Super Factorial off the Circular, and looks like he's just set a card, which is very, very good for us. We have a free board to go into. So we've drawn into a D-Shifter. We've got very, very good hand here. We're just going to pitch the D-Shifter straight away, just to get it out of the way. We'll go for Birth here. We'll use the Birth effect to normal summon Kashtira Unicorn. We'll use the Unicorn effect, which will get Ashed. That is fine, because we are holding a Triple Tactics talent. And honestly, we already have the Right Heart as well, so this should be absolutely fine. We'll use the Unicorn effect to get rid of the access code to stop him from killing us on the crackback. We'll go Rise Heart effect, banish a Unicorn to banish the top 3 of his deck and go to level 7. We'll go into our Dark Arms of the Dragon of Annihilation and use the effects to pop the back row, which you probably didn't expect, banishing the D-Shifter. We're going to use the Birth to bring back the banished Unicorn, and then we'll use the Triple Tactics talent to steal the Nibiru token, and that'll be enough for game. It's worth noting that if we didn't steal the token, we should still have enough for lethal, and if not, we're close enough anyway. Oh yeah, it's worth saying that these aren't Duelist Cup games, but this is the deck I did use to get up. So this is a game. That is true, that is a fact. This is a game against Snake Eyes. We're going to Ash the Wanted in the main phase, which is a good start from us, but unfortunately we have no other pieces of interaction in our hands. We just simply have Thrusts and Theosis. He's going to pitch the Droll to summon the Diabolist the Black Witch, and then set Sinful Spoils of Betrayal. I don't think that's typical in lists. He will set 1 and then pass back to us. We're just going to go for the Scareclaw Kashtira effect, banishing the Theosis since it's our only option. We'll go into the Diabolistar and attack. This may look dumb because you can just press summon it back, but we wanted to do this for the thrust activation. We wanted to make it so he activated the monster effect. He's going to set the original Sinful Spoils and bring back the Black Witch, but we're just going to thrust. He's got a Solemn, which is fine because you know what we have in our hand? We have the second thrust. Once we pop that down, he's just going to concede. I mean, fair enough. We were setting up a Rise Heart from there. We probably would have grabbed Theosis, gone into Unicorn, and yeah, I mean, that's just off the top of my head. Okay, going into game 3, we're going first, which isn't great, but let's see what we can do with this hand. We drew a Harpies, which isn't great, on turn 1 anyway. We'll go for Rise Heart, banish the Fenrir, use the Birth to get the Fenrir back, and we'll go for Fenrir effect to grab the Unicorn, and then we can normal summon the Unicorn using Birth after going into the Shang. But we won't use that because there's not much point. We can grab a Theosis, but like, we don't want to play into Nib if we don't have to. We'll go for the Maxi and Shang in the standby phase, and let's see what he can pull off after the Maxi. We'll go for the Scareclaw Shangaira. He's going to go for Zoodiac Barrage, a very, very scary card. He's going to destroy it to bring out Thoroughblade. Thoroughblade is going to use its effect to discard one and draw a card. He's going to go to Chakanene, and then into Borbo. And I believe he attacks directly here. Yeah, he just goes straight for face. We've drawn into a Lava Golem and a Ghost Spell from our Maxi draws. He's going to go into Hammer Kong in main phase 2. Hammer Kong going into Tiger Mortar. And we drew an evenly match and a Lightning Storm. Here comes all our going second cards. We've got Zoodiac Drident, and we drew into an Ash Blossom. He's going to go into Zeus here. Luckily, we have the set Impermanence, but unfortunately for us, this is not once per chain. So at least we can waste another 2 more materials, but that's about all we can manage with this Imperm here. He's going to chain Zeus to the Imperm just to make sure he gets all the clears he can, and he's still got 2 materials left, so we have 1 clear to deal with. He's going to summon the Ram. He's going to use Monster Reborn. I'm going to use the Ash Blossom to stop him bringing back my Fenrir, and then he's going to set 2 and pass. Well, luckily for us, we can just Lava Golem over those 2, and then Harpy's Feather Dust of those back row. Suddenly his board is not looking too good anymore. We're going to use the Pressure Planet Wraithsoft, add the Rise Heart. We're going to special summon the Unicorn. You've seen this line before. Use the Unicorn, go into the Theosis. Then we're going to use the Theosis effect, target the Unicorn, bring out the Rise Heart. Yeah, the line suddenly got a lot worse when we realised our Fenrir was in our graveyard. We use the Rise Heart effect to bring that to level 7 after special summoning it. We're going to Gradiel. This is a card I mentioned in the deck profile being quite good because we can literally just steal the Dryden. And unfortunately he has Nib. But, fortunately for us, he made us throw into Crossout Designator, and our Nib is still in our deck. So, we can just play completely around it, and now we know that last card is dead in his hand, and we have a completely established board. We're just going to kill the Lava Golem, and swing for face for 19, and let's just go for a Gold Stark as well. Why not? Might as well banish something and get something in a few turns. We'll banish the Theosis, which is the thing you want to banish most of the time. We'll use the Theosis to grab the Unicorn, which adds it back to hand, which is awesome. And then in 2 turns, we get the Theosis if we make it that far. So he's going to start with 5 Formation Tenki. That's a very good rip off the top, but luckily we have the Ash Blossom for that there. And I believe, is that the end? Or does he keep going? No, he ends his turn. He's not dead just yet, but 1 turn on Sark, don't forget. We draw Triple Tactics Talents at the top. We're just going to have to go to battle. Unfortunately, we can't do anything else with this board here. We could possibly go into Zeus, but I feel like this Towers type monster is fine. We're going to set the Lightning Storm just for bait. He's drawn into a Thoroughblade, which was nuts. Chakanini is back. He's going to go to Borbo once again. Borbo into Tiger Mortar. I love Zoodiac sometimes, man. He's going to use the effect to attach the Thoroughblade. I'm going to use Gradiel Chainlink 2 to attach the Thoroughblade to my guy because I want that. You're not having it. Give me the stats. And I believe he just goes into, Drident here. And then he's going to use the Drident effect to attempt to target the... Oh, no, he does go for the planet. We've got our Theosis now. I'm surprised Gold Sark even lasted that long. We'll go Theosis, target the Rise Heart, bring out the Unicorn, using the Unicorn and the Rise Heart to tribute summon Unicorn. We're going to go Gradiel straight into Drident. He's going to attempt to pop it with Drident, and we're going to use Unicorn. Fortunately, for us, we attached his Thoroughblade, so we can't kill it with Drident. Harmonizer is too good, and Zeus would have lost there, by the way. That's quite funny. Okay, now for our last game. This is the biggest brain play I've ever done with Kashtira, I think. All thanks to Gold Sark. And I will note it looks very, very bricky when we first look at this hand. Let's take a look. And we're going first as well, which is not good. Like, look at this! It's all green! That's fine though, look at this. We'll go for a Crossout Designator. Interesting start to play. We'll go for Unicorn to banish the Unicorn from our deck. We'll use Gold Sark once again. We're going to go for the same target as we did in the previous game, Kashtira Theosis. We'll go for Theosis effect, target the Unicorn. We will then special summon the Unicorn. We'll attempt to use this effect to try and bait an Ash, which it did. He forgot that it has been Crossout Designated, so the effect will not work anyway. So we got an Ash out for free, and then we can go for... we can prove that it's negated, and then we'll go Kashtira Theosis on Unicorn, grab the Fenrir, and then we'll go Triple Tactics Talent. Let's look at his hand and make sure there's no Nibiru in there. No Nibiru, but a couple of things. We'll get rid of the Fusion Deployments, that's a good starter. We'll go for Fenrir effect, grab the Rise Heart, and now we can go for the pretty standard line, knowing there's no interruption. We'll go for Shang, and then we'll go for the Rise Heart effect, banish the Kashtira Big Bang. Big Bang, target Shang, Chainlink 2. I do this so often in real life, I love it. So Shang will lock the Pen Zone just in case, and then we'll bring back Fenrir and special summon it. We'll use the Rise Heart to go into our Rise Heart, and set the called by just in case he gets rid of the Rise Heart somehow. And we'll go for Standby Phase, Shang effect, grab the Scareclaw Kashtira, and he'll concede. I mean, what can I say? We turned a handful of spells into a normal Kashtira endboard, and it's a going second build, so make of that what you will. This deck is nuts. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the deck list, please do let me know down in the comments, and what would you change about it? Because I'm always looking for cards that I can slot in and make my deck slightly better on the Master Duel ladder. That being said, if you made it this far in the video, please do feel free to hit subscribe. New Yu-Gi-Oh videos each week, and as always, happy dueling.